Hey, thanks for joining me today. I wanted to share something again that's in the moment. Of course, it's a daily podcast, it has to be. But I just want to share that my toxic trait, I've got quite a few, but the one top of mind right now, my toxic trait is overcommitting. You know that sinking feeling when you agree to something weeks ago, it pops up in your calendar and you just think, oh, why did I say yes to that? Now, this isn't the case for the example I'm about to share right now, but it brought it front of mind, and I kind of knew when I accepted this opportunity that it was going to be a crazy week, and I'm talking about this week right now. So the story is, tonight I'm meant to be hanging out with my awesome buddy, Petra Zink, at an AI event down the Gold Coast. I was really excited about it. Petra reached out a few weeks ago. And I remember looking at my calendar going, this is going to be a really busy week, but she has sold this to me, and Petra does that. I mean, the event is great. It's going to be amazing. But as I was looking ahead, I'm like, I get home from Victoria late Tuesday night. I have this big webinar series Thursday and Friday. It's going to be multilingual, lots of languages. I'm doing a live stream with Alan. I've got actually other things on that I've got to catch up on. I knew it was going to be hectic, and I said that even to Petra. I'm like, look, it's a hectic week, but yes, I'd love to do it, right? So, and this is a common thing. I've just got to stop doing it. I just don't know how, but I'd love, I've looked for tips so I can share with you, but if you have a good tip around this as well, please let me know. I just had this thing around FOMO for sure, the fear of missing out. Things always look beautiful in the future, and then when it comes around, I'm like, why did I do that? And a lot of the time, I'll commit to it, but when I think last Friday, I kind of just was like, I woke up and I just had the answer. I'm like, I cannot do this because it's going to be way too stressful. It's probably about 5 hours out of my day just driving there, attending the event, hanging out, networking, driving home, 5 or 6 hours. And I'm like, yeah, I just need a good night's sleep as well. So I had to do the annoying thing and let Petra know, and I just hate letting people down, more so than I actually dislike overcommitting. So this is probably something I need to think about, is how much I hate letting people down. That's one thing. But yeah, I just tend to do it. I love being useful. I love momentum. I love being asked. I love the invite. But yeah, when my calendar looks like Tetris, that is not strategy. That is absolutely self-sabotage. So I think, this isn't really about poor planning. I think my ability to plan is pretty good, but I think it's more identity driven. It's about the need to feel helpful, to be visible. It's just a hit of significance, short-term significance in the moment, but definitely long-term. If you haven't thought it through, it is a debt you eventually have to pay in energy and in presence, and like being there for the things that you have committed to. Where I find it difficult is for opportunities like this, which are like so aligned, so perfect, great people, like they're the ones that are the hardest to say no to. If it was something that was outside of my scope, or, even when the invite was sent through, I was like, about 30%, easy. So easy for me to say no. But when it's like totally aligned, yet I still know I'm going to be overcommitting if I do it. That's the tough point for me. So a couple of things. Here are some tools. I've heard about these in the past, but I've got to remind myself, and hopefully these help you out too. One is like just bringing in the pause and just saying, right, before I say yes to this, ask, would I do this if it were tomorrow? So kind of future cast myself in that week. And if the answer is no, then just hold off and make that decision right there. The second tip is around checking your ego. And like I said, sometimes I say yes because I want to be seen as capable, helpful, in demand, like that status. A lot of people, when they ask me about how I'm going, they would actually say, hey, are you busy? And so people equate busyness with being successful. And even I'm still trying to break that, even though my goal is to like free up my time and diary and everything else and still be of value. I still think about being in demand as being successful. So I've really got to break that assumption as well. I think what I like about my calendar is I do have it in the week view, so I can see the different blocks of time, and I've color coded like the kind of extrovert type of events, and that is helpful. While I am an extrovert, I definitely need that time to recharge, but also it's popping in things like my workouts and dog walks, and when am I going to do the grocery shopping and things like that, because they need to be where else are they going to occur? You need them in there. And when you have space and you think, I've got no business meetings on for this afternoon, but it's like, yeah, but I've got to go to the grocery store, I've got to walk the dogs, I've got all the stuff on. Then you can actually see, like a realistic view of what your calendar looks like. And maybe like the default response, instead of saying like giving an answer, just buying a bit of time to go through that process. So rather than saying yes with all the adrenaline and the excitement, just saying, hey, let me check with what I've got on and get back to you. So just to get back to that person on it, like let them know that you've got this, that you're thinking about it, and it might just break that auto accept, that auto yes habit. So yeah, I'm curious to you. Well, first of all, do you have a toxic trait, or is it just me? Do you overcommit? Let me know. I'd love to hear your voice note or how you approach this too. And I'll speak to you tomorrow. I will commit to that. Okay, bye.